This is Luigi Rocks, and I will show you the origins of our cute little pink puff, Kirby. Let's start with Kirby's debut title, Kirby's Dream Land in 1992. Kirby's Dream Land is a game on the Game Boy that sees Kirby go through different worlds to stop King Dedede. 1993, Kirby went to the Fountain of Dreams and stopped Dedede and used the Star Rod to attack the Nightmare in Kirby's Adventure for the NES. Here, Kirby could don an ability for the first time, like fire, sword, and many others. In 1995, Kirby teamed up with Rick, Kine, and Koo in the sequel to the 1992 Game Boy game. In Kirby's Dream Land 2, there are 3 animal partners that Kirby can team up with. Rick, a hamster who can breathe fire, Kine, a fish who can swim underwater, and Koo, a bird that can flap its wings and attack enemies down from below. This game has some interesting gameplay and is one of the greatest Kirby Game Boy games ever to exist. 1996, Kirby beat Meta Knight on his own ship, the Halberd, and beat Dedede in a food race in 1996, Kirby Superstar, Kirby's first 16-bit era game. Kirby has a lot of fun modes and abilities, and Kirby Superstar is no exception. It has Gourmet Race, Milky Way Wishes, and many more. This is considered the best 2D Kirby game ever to exist, on par with Kirby's Return to Dreamland. 1997, Kirby stops Dedede once again in Kirby's Dream Land 3 for the Super Nintendo. Here, all abilities and Rick, Kine, and Koo is back for the second game. And despite its mediocre gameplay and art style, it's still a fun game. Kirby defeats the Dark Matter in 2000 and Kirby 64 and the Crystal Shards. Kirby 64 is Kirby's first 3D game, which allowed you to combine abilities and fight powerful bosses in 3D, which was a really cool. Did you know how Super Mario Advance 4 is essentially a remake of Super Mario Bros. 3 on the NES? Same thing, because in 2002, Kirby's Adventure got a remake on the Game Boy Advance called Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland. It's the same thing, but it's more 16-bit and has better soundtracks and graphics. And it's just a fun game. It's kind of like Kirby All-Star. Kirby collects the 8 mirror fragments to save the mirror world and Kirby and the Amazing Mirror for the Game Boy Advance. Here you can team up with 4 Kirbys, red, blue, yellow, and green. There's many different abilities, and the mirror world says that any wishes granted could come true. In 2005, Kirby rolled into a ball and went through 8 colorful worlds to stop the evil Droskia sorceress. In Kirby Canvas Curse, you roll around in a ball, trying to save Dreamland and the inhabitants within. Really fun game. In 2006, Kirby stopped the Roach and all of his sneaky plans in Kirby Squeak Squad for the Nintendo DS. Here, Kirby gets a new ability, and speaking of abilities, you can use the touchscreen to give Kirby a specific ability, which separates it from the other games. In 2008, Kirby relives his SNES adventure again, and Kirby Superstar Ultra on the Nintendo DS. Here, the cutscenes are updated to make it feel more lively and more modern. And the classic gameplay is back, and with some added touches. In 2010, Kirby must team up with Prince Fluff to stop the evil Yin Yarn in Kirby's Epic Yarn in 2010. Kirby's Epic Yarn can allow you to turn into a tank, a fire truck, and even more. It's very cutesy. It has a very cutesy art style, and it's a must-play for really relaxing gameplay. In 2011, Kirby found the pieces to Magolor's ship and even confronted him in the final battle. No spoilers, by the way. In Kirby's Return to Dreamland for the Wii. Kirby's Return to Dreamland is a game where you can actually have Omega copy abilities, I like to call them. Like, if you wanted a large sword, you can use it. If you wanted giant flames, you can use it. There's many different worlds, from Cookie Country, Raising Ruins, Onion Ocean, and even more. The gameplay and the orchestrated music is really fun. And there's even a port of it on Switch called Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. And now they have Merry Magoland, which is kind of neat. Kirby turned into bajillion copies of himself in the DS game Kirby Mass Attack in 2011. Kirby Mass Attack is a game where you play as Kirby. It's in the Squeak Squad style. It's not that really fun of a Kirby game, but it is really awesome that I can control like a bajillion Kirbys. It's pretty awesome. Although hated, there's some people who like it, so I'll give them that, so yeah. In 2014, Kirby stopped Queen Sectonia and Tyranza the Spider in Kirby Triple Deluxe. Triple Deluxe introduces the Hypernova ability, which can be used to eat large amount of enemies, and many more cool abilities. In 2015, Kirby rolled around rainbows and stopped the evil Quasia from taking Popstar's color, and Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. This sequel to Canvas Curse launched on the Wii U in 2015, and it is a really fun game. May look simple and childish at first, but it's actually a really fun game. You roll around collecting rainbows in sight, and it kind of has a Kirby Epic Yarn style to it, so it really adds to that feel. And Adeline is also back, which she makes her debut as a paintbrush. In 2016, Kirby stopped President Houtman and Susie in the game Kirby Planet Robobot on the Nintendo CS. Kirby Planet Robobot sees Kirby in an awesome looking suit of armor, which it has different modes like wheel mode, jet mode, flame mode, and many others. The game itself is really fun, spanning with different levels with their own unique gimmicks, some being really fun and interesting. And there's even one, there's like a Game Boy appearance in it, which is really awesome. In 2018, Kirby sprung friends' hearts to turn his enemies into formidable allies in Kirby Star Allies in 2018 on the Nintendo Switch. Here, Kirby is sucked out of Planet Popstar, and the friend heart power is merging around with Popstar. And of course, our Pink Puff is like, we gotta do something about this. So Kirby jumps up, steps to the action, and swallows enemies, and also befriends them in the new adventure Kirby Star Allies on Nintendo Switch. There's a lot of new and fun abilities. There's even a thing that is called copy abilities, there's even a thing called friend abilities where you can merge abilities. Like, for example, like you can merge stone and ice, fire. This game is a blast to play with multiplayer, because in Kirby Star Allies, you can use 4 players to control on the Nintendo Switch. This is definitely a really fun family game, and it's really short and sweet. In 2022, Kirby explores a whole new 3D environment in Kirby in the Forgotten Land. The first 3D Kirby game. Kirby has many new abilities, such as the drill ability. It can even upgrade those abilities, which is really cool. And there's a really cool mode called Mouthful Modes, which allows you to become a car, a vending machine, a cone, and so much more. Definitely the best Kirby game in existence. Oh, yeah.